Listen to the noise in the Etihad. All the eyes are on Anthony Taylor. Long ball forward from David Raya. Up goes Mark Gay and wins it. Chested down by Foden. Foden holds it up. Foden passes it all the way back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma under pressure. Thumps it away. Up towards Savinho. Rice is the furthest back. Anthony Taylor's whistle goes! Euphoria! A game City had to win, and like champions that they've been over the years, they have won it. The question remains, will they be champions again this season? City now move within 3 points of Arsenal at the top. What a game it's been. Arsenal have been sensational, make no mistake about it. Eze hit the post, Gabriel hit the post, a brilliant save from Donnarumma. But in the end, it was Erling Haaland. Who else? The big man for a big occasion. And the Blues have beaten Arsenal. What a match. What a win. City are gunning for the title. It's 2-1 to the Blues.
The official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.
If Arsenal had have won this today, you felt it was the season over as regards the Premier League title. They haven't won it. They've not even taken a point. And the Blues, as they go round the pitch, are getting the most amazing ovation. It has been a breathtaking day. It has gone exactly the way that every City fan craved. And now we can go to pitchside and join FG.
Wow, another famous afternoon at the Etihad. Manchester City 2-1 winners against their title rivals Arsenal. You can hear the noise around us, Brownie. You watched it on comms, and what a game of football, first things first. Fine margins, but a winner from our number 9, Erling Haaland.
How nervous was everyone? Was I the only one in commentary? I was like this, what do we do? What's next? What's going to happen? A red card didn't go City's way, and then was it going to last? They certainly contributed, didn't they? Arsenal put us under pressure. We defended it out. He went to a back three right at the end. Nathan Ake, he couldn't get him on quick enough. We couldn't find it, but look at the reaction. We've waited. We needed it. The title race is on FG now. Oh, what a game. What an afternoon of football.
And it's so important as well to state that the title race is on, but it's still so much work to be done, even though this feels like a pivotal moment.
It's a huge moment. You know, I felt before the game, FG, I said today would take care of itself. I really fancied this today. I didn't expect it to be as nerve-wracking towards the end as it was, but what a result, what an atmosphere.
What a result, what an atmosphere indeed, Brownie. We're watching the players doing the lap of honour. What an atmosphere in LA as well, by the way. Shout out to the City fans we have in LA, because they were awake early. Let's go over there and get some reaction from LA right now whilst we soak it up here at the Etihad.
We're going live now to the world. Arsenal won. We closed the gap to 3 points with a game in hand and only 1 goal behind on goal difference. We are live from Cosm here in LA. Make some noise, Manchester City fans! Nader Manure and Scott Carson alongside me. Scott, just how big a win is that result today?
Oh, it was massive. I said I was confident before. I feel a little bit better now that we got over the line. It was a tough watch last 15, wasn't it? We were all a bit nervous, but no, I think overall it probably wasn't a classic encounter that we were maybe expecting, but at this time of the season, it's all about 3 points, isn't it? And yeah, we've got it.
We've got those 3 points, Nader. Now, obviously, there's still games to play, and we'll look ahead towards the end. But what was the thing that pleased you most about the performance today?
I think they kind of limited Arsenal, to be honest. I think Arsenal did have one or two moments, and obviously there was the goal that they scored as well. But City, in terms of the performance, it was so robust, defensively so good. Like the set pieces for Arsenal were basically negated today.
Yeah.
And barring one or two individual moments from the Arsenal players, I thought City were the better side. So I think the fact that City do look like that and feel like that right now, as the season finishes next month, that's really exciting.
Let's get into some of them key moments of the second half. It's 1-1 at half-time. Arsenal quite lucky to get the equaliser. It was a slight mishap from the throw-in to GG, but then he's done what he's done all season. Talk to us about how big a save that was, but also the concentration needed to be in that position, make the save after a mistake earlier on in the game.
Yeah, no, it's obviously it's probably the most difficult part of being a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You train all week to have the perfect game, and then you make a mistake, and it's like, I've wasted all this preparation, but you've just got to get out of your head and reset. And we obviously spoke about it at half time, and he's went in, done that. He's probably spoke to Shabby, the goalkeeping coach, and he's come out and made. Obviously, if that goes in, it could be a total different game. So he's got to hold his head up.
Yeah, and he's been worth his weight in gold this season, because I can think of 5 or 6 senior saves throughout the season where he's either kept us the win or kept us in it. He keeps us in it. Arsenal fashioned a few chances. They hit the post twice, but within a matter of 5 minutes, it's up the other end and goal for City. Talk us through the goal, Nathan.
Listen, I can't. I'll just jump up and down celebrating. I just know that Haaland was at the back post. I think he was wrestling with Gabriel, and the big Norwegian won that battle, slammed it into the goal. And then, that's what you love to see in those big games, those big moments. And at the time, do we think it was going to be the winner? Maybe not. But it turns out to be from the big number 9.
Now, you've mentioned Haaland there and Gabriel. As we know, it's a great battle that we see always play out.
It's a red card. There you go.
You heard it here.
It's a red card.
All day, every day. Red card.
Yeah. All day, every day. I mean, you've got to ask the question, and I'm only saying this now that we've won it, but VAR looking at that, Scott, it does look like there was a clear movement forward from Gabriel.
Yeah, it was obvious from looking at it on the screen, but you know all season since VAR's been involved, there's always still controversy, and there probably always will be. But thankfully, it didn't come back to cost us, because we got over the line and got the 3 points. But if something happens and they get it equalised, it's an even bigger decision. So I can't understand why he wasn't given a straight red card.
No, not at all. But as we say, it didn't matter in the end. Cherki lit up the first half. The player I wanted to mention who was so key in this fixture in the Carabao Cup final, and I feel in that second half was the man of the match, Nico O'Reilly.
Incredible.
I mean, talk us through that performance, particularly in the second half. He just seems to be getting better and better.
100%. And he was an attacking midfielder when he was in the academy. Hugely talented, great on the ball, great physical presence. But defensively in that second half, he was the key man. I think the amount of times when he'd be protecting the ball, closing people down, stopping crosses, stopping them getting any momentum, that's a really mature performance from somebody that's not been doing it for that long.
Yeah.
So I think we had the discussion before about who's player of the season. If it was down to me right now, he's got 2 of my votes.
Woof. I also wanted to mention someone who we spoke about at the start of the show. He announced that he's leaving at the end of this season, which is massively sad news for all Manchester City fans. But once again today, Scott, he just seemed to epitomise everything we've seen throughout his City career. In particular, that challenge when it was 2-on-1, they broke from a corner. That, for me, epitomises Bernardo Silva.
No, he's like a bumblebee, isn't he? He's everywhere. He's everywhere in the field. He's getting the ball off Gigi and on the goal kicks, and then you see Haaland dropping off, and he's making a run in behind, and then he's making latch-ditch tackles. Even in the last couple of minutes, there, he just cuts a through ball out, and he's just one of a kind, isn't he? And he will be missed.
Yeah, he will be indeed. Let's do a slight look ahead then. Now, obviously, it feels like a big win.
Yeah.
Nathan, there is still a long way to go. We've got to win that game in hand. There's 5 games after that. What's the conversation and the energy now, do you think, from Pep and his boys?
I think in some ways, this game being out of the way now will sort of change their focus again. I think they've got a game against Burnley in midweek, which is going to be a tough game going away to Burnley, who are fighting for their lives still. Even though they feel like they cut adrift, they will give everything for their fans. And then it's the FA Cup on the weekend as well, going to Wembley with a chance to get into another final. So they've found the form, they've got the belief, they've already lifted up some silverware, and they've got a taste for more. And if they win that game well against Burnley on the Wednesday, it could be seeing City top of the table again, which is something that we haven't seen for a little while now. But I'm sure that's going to invigorate those players. But as Scott will probably tell you, they're all very, very level-headed and know there's lots of business ahead.
Could you just give us a word on that, Scott? You've been in this situation numerous times with the team. What is the conversation between the players, and do you literally just look at the next fixture, nothing else?
Yeah, definitely, and obviously Pep will say it's just next game, but I think as a group of staff and players, it's just cup finals left.
Yeah,
that's all it is, and just got to get back to getting focused. And obviously the Burnley game, obviously everyone's looking at it thinking it's a guaranteed 3 points, but they've just got to get their minds on it and try and get the job done, because there's no easy games at this point in the season.
No, there isn't indeed. Well, we've got one of the most difficult ones out the way. Manchester City beating Arsenal 2-1 at the Etihad Stadium. Little special mention and shout out to my younger brother over there. That is our kid. Big win from the boys in blue. And a massive thank you to all our supporters here in LA, to the official supporters clubs. It's been so special bringing Matchday Live on tour. We've been to China, Norway, Korea, and to finish off here in Los Angeles, in Cosm, really is very special. Thank you, and massive cheer to our guests, Nader Manua and Scott Carson. And as always, thank you to you for watching. We are going to be bringing you all the build-up to every single one of these cup finals between now and the end of the season. Thanks to FG, thanks to Paul Dickoff, thanks to Jolie and Martin Keown, and we'll see you all very soon. Manchester City have moved within 3 points. Next up, Burnley. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you very much, and a massive shout out to LA, and in particular Kel, Nader and Scott. We are just about getting our breath back from what was an absolutely fantastic 90 minutes of football here at the Etihad Stadium. But I want to make the point, and I think we all need to make the point, Paul, that we are still 3 points behind Arsenal in this title race, and it's so easy to get ahead of yourself in moments like this. But we saw from the players with their laugh of honour, they are fully aware the job is far from over.
There was no over-celebrating at all, and I think that comes from the manager as well. He's been in this position so many times, and how many times have we heard Pep over the last 9-10 years talking about this stage of the season, one game at a time. Next one's a cup final, and that's a bit boring for the people on the outside, but that's how they approach every single game, Brownie.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's important, isn't it? I was expecting a little bit more, and then you start to think about it and go, right, look at the games, look how tight the table is. Psychologically, a wonderful win, hard fought, under pressure, entertaining, mistakes, a great bit of skill, drama, lost red card, we had everything, but we got the job done. And that's the most important thing. It's a real gusty performance, and now you just got to keep building. The next game, the next one. It sounds a bit boring, but that's what it is, because the Premier League can be relentless, and you know that. And I think that's where this manager's done so well, coming into the league, coming to the Premier League, and going, right, I respect every single team, and he knows that it can be the hard way. And enjoy it, get ready, and build, and go ready for Wednesday.
The hardest game of the season is Burnley on Wednesday. It's simple. We have to go and win that, get ourselves back at the top of the league before the FA Cup semi-final at the weekend, and take it from there.
How will Arsenal be feeling in this, Paul? Because they put up a really, really good fight. There's been a lot of negativity about Arsenal, and I think it's fair to say they definitely added to what was a fantastic battle between the two best teams in the league. How do you think they're going to be feeling in this moment? Because it's a game of fine margins. They hit the post, they had one cleared off the line as well. They definitely played their part in this game.
They did, and I thought they were fantastic at times. Times in the first half, they were by far the better team. I think we scored our first goal at the right time. Second half as well, they've hit the post a couple of times, put a lot of pressure on us. Donnarumma, made the mistake first half, showed unbelievable mentality, didn't crumble, then keeps us in the game in the second half. But they'll be down, they'll be disappointed, not just today. They'll be looking at Bournemouth last week, back-to-back defeats now they've got in the Premier League. And they've got a tough, we've seen the run-in before, they've got a tough few games.
I tell you what though, the message will be from Mikel is this is not over. We make sure we win every game. The next one, the same message. You just got to keep believing. This is what top managers, top coaches, top teams, keep delivering, because we've seen you can easily draw a game in this league.
It's going to be difficult to pick them up though.
Yeah, it is, I know. Let's hope so. Hope that's the case, and they can't, but I am not writing them off. A lot of people will say now, after this result, this will be the one where they just go, boom, we've lost it. But I don't think that's the case.
I think when you look at how they played here, you can't count them out of the title race, because if they play like that against other teams, I think they'll cause them a lot of problems, like they did with us. From a City's perspective, we now go away to Burnley, a team that are fighting for their lives. They could, I think, potentially go down officially when we play them on Wednesday. So that within itself is an extra challenge, isn't it? A team fighting at the bottom.
Yeah, look, whenever you go to Turf Moor, it's going to be a tough game. We know that. As you said, they're fighting for their lives, but you would fully expect City, the form we're in after today, Burnley's recent results to go there and get the win, but it's just never as easy as that in the Premier League. You know, imagine Scott Parker's team talk as well, what it's going to be.
Not today. Yeah. That'll be it. That'll be the message. Let's keep winning. Futures. That's exactly what. That's the message all the time. And you know what? If I'm a player and I'm playing for Burnley, we know we're done. But you know what? I'm going to have the game of my life. I'm going to try and give everything in that game because it's eyes on, isn't it? That I can go and perform. I'm looking and say, right, in my position, if it's Rodri or if it's someone, like, I want to play my best against
and you are
the
playing
best
against
players.
The best.
So that is the message, and you don't ever underestimate that when you're the big team coming to town. So it's a massive scalp, isn't it? And Scott Parker's also fighting to get a turn from his players. Is he the next person to manage that football? I don't want to scare everyone, but that's how you have to go into it. We should go and win the game quite comfortably. Yeah, you would say that. But it's a tough place, isn't it?
I've just got a feeling that the players for the last, not just today and last week, for the last few weeks, they've had that bit between their teeth. I think since the Real Madrid game, you know, we've performed really, really well with 10 men in the games after that. I just think they've started believing even more so that they can do it.
It's been a really strange season, Brownie, especially for me and you. We've been pitchside at a few games and we've seen sort of moments where you've thought, hang on a second, the season could get away from us here. But once again, we always seem to find a way. We've already won the League Cup, of course, a massive boost for this football club. Never take for granted winning trophies. We now find ourselves in a position where we're still fighting for the FA Cup and now for the Premier League as well.
That is the message, fighting, because we've been on the away games where you've gone, do you know what, that performance wasn't like a Manchester City performance with Pep Guardiola. The title's gone. We said it 3 times, and then Arsenal kept just giving as another leg up. Kept just bringing us back in. So, oh, could we? And it's gone again, then you leave it. So the continuity hasn't been there from us right throughout the season, as you'd expect. But we changed the team.
We said that a few games ago when we drew West Ham.
The team had a big change. I tell you, imagine
that long ago now.
Dickie, imagine Pep if he wins this title. When he's done what he's done, it'd be like his hardest yet type message will be because of the change around with players, the ups and downs. Did we have enough? We've had to find a determination. Going to 3 at the back at times to see games out. I mean, listen, that's what you've got to do.
What about Nico O'Reilly as well? We have to mention him as we close off the show here in Manchester because he's been fantastic. He's been one of the most used players in this squad. He shows maturity, he shows composure and real strength as well. Not just on the ball, but of character as well.
And yeah, again, I was my man of the match by a country mile today, and there was lots of performances out there on both teams. So I just think the fact that
Bernardo as well was
a game of this magnitude, of this size against the opposition, and what the game meant, to go out and put that performance in for a young boy was unbelievable.
And tested with wide players who were going to push him the other way. Do you know down this line here when he was under pressure and he just kept rolling out, and then the first half over in that far corner where he had nowhere to go, he turned it, flicked it, nutmegged, then come out with a little left-right, then popped it, and then one of the ones that I really, really liked was right towards the end of the game. He had to usher it out right down that side, so his recovery was from here, usher it out, and he knows he's strong now. Do you know, like that young boy turning into a man? He just goes, you ain't going to push me off this. I know exactly now. He's there, he's arrived, and he's getting better and better.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, this title race is getting better and better. It's far from over, but City have the opportunity to go on level points with Arsenal. We play Burnley at Turf Moor Wednesday. Matchday Live will be back for that. And then the weekend after, we have the welcome distraction of a trip to Wembley, the FA Cup semi-final against Southampton. We're going to close off here in Manchester. Brownie, Paul, thank you very much for your
see you at Wembley. Everyone's
amazing
got
work.
to go, haven't they? We're looking forward to that.
And absolutely, we will see you at Etihad South. Yeah, tickets are available now for our FA Cup semi-final against Southampton. Grab yours before it's too late.
Official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.
Send us an email at podcast@mancity.com.